So this is where we're at. Not quite finished, almost finished. There's just another couple of hours to do, I think. The guy that was here yesterday did all the plumbing and the electric, worked really hard, helped us carry in the box with the cycle in it, which is just as well because we wouldn't have been able to carry it. I'm not allowed to use this till tomorrow morning. We've ordered a new tap. That's just the tap that came with it. I didn't want that tap. I want one of those sort of stand-up higher taps with a tap like a chef thing, so you can pressure wash stuff. I can't put anything back in today or the weekend because he said that we need to wait until he's put the dishwashers going in there, and we need to wait until he has put that back in and then regulated the cupboards and put the baseboards on. The oven's lower, the microwave's lower. I'm very happy. I've lost the bit off the top there. We need to sort out that. There's always been a cupboard there, but I've lost the bit of the top there because it's useless to me. So I can actually reach into the microwave, which I'm happy about, and the oven. There was in here, there was another drawer that came out with a cutlery tray in it, and I thought, well, I don't want that. So I got him to take it out because I'd much rather have this deep drawer. So we've just been in the bathroom trying to wash up in a very big bowl in a very small sink, and it's two lots of washing up because we were so tired yesterday we didn't wash up. So we're absolutely knackered. We're finding it really hard having people in the house. It's just so disruptive. You are on guard. You can't just relax, in case they want something. I'm going to move now. This one was also been crying a lot. Well, meowing a lot. I think it's so disruptive for her as well. But we got a weekend off. That's all the kitchen stuff on there. That's just a mess. I mean, he said not to put it away at the weekend because he's got to come back and do stuff. There's no way I'll be able to do that this weekend. We're absolutely cooked. So we ate out yesterday at Le Pâtisson, and we ate out today at Le Pâtisson, and had some really nice food, and it feels like it's got I can't explain it. I said to Mark today, it was less busy today, which I thought was unusual because Fridays used to be busy, but I think it's busy in the summer. We have a market on a Friday, but I think the market's bigger in the summer, and we're full of visitors in the summer, so it's much busier. But yesterday, Thursday, was really busy, and today it didn't seem so busy. And I asked Corinne, is that normal? She said, well, nothing's normal. I don't know, from one day to the next. So I don't know why it was like that. But I said to Mark, it felt very relaxed in there. The acoustics aren't brilliant, but I think that they have improved them. I've got a feeling that she's got cladding up on one wall, and yesterday we were next to a picture on the wall, and you can buy decorative stuff, pictures and things to improve the acoustics in a building. And I'm wondering whether the picture that was hanging up was an acoustic picture, sound absorbing. So it's a little better than it used to be. It used to be really quite hard and clattery and whatever. But I said to Mark, it's a bit like it felt like being in the staff canteen. It's like you're amongst people that or the workers, and like the nurses came in, and it feels like being in a staff canteen. And we've been going there now for coming up to 17 years, I think. So it's really nice. So that was good. It's, just get out of the house and go and eat and not have to worry about how I'm going to feed us when I can't access the kitchen. And then we did a bit of shopping this morning because I knew I'd be able to cook this weekend. So I've bought a chicken, and I'll cook a chicken, and I'll do it with baked potatoes and beans. I've been fancying baked potatoes. I've also been fancying nachos, which I've just done for supper. And I won't fancy them again for a long time. They're just really how can I explain it? I could, when we were washing up, we were just washing up, and I could feel my metabolism really going for it. It's just too much. So we stood in the bathroom with the washing up bowl in a very small sink, trying to wash up. Dirty plates that need rinsing off, and there's no room, there's nowhere to put them, and it's a bit like camping, I suppose, but there's nowhere to put it down in there. That the laundry room, that surface that Mark put in there, that work top that Mark put in there, is covered with stuff that came out of the kitchen, stuff that I took out of the kitchen a couple of months ago when we had a mouse infestation, and the traps were in there, and that was mouse poo in there. And I thought, I'm not going to move it all back, only to have to lift it out again. So there's a lot of things in there that belong in kitchen drawers. So there was no room to put anything down when we were doing the washing up. But it's done. Weekend, nobody coming at the weekend. The guy that was here worked really hard on his own all day. He was here at 8:30. He had about 3/4 of an hour for lunch because he came to La Patrisson, and I watched him come past the window and go really quickly. So he had about 3/4 of an hour for lunch, and then was back and was here till 6:15. And what I have been reminded of as we've had people working in the house this week is how clean and tidy they are. They tidy up as they go along. They sweep up as they go along. If they make a mess, they sweep up before they move on. And it's just astonishing. And they clean up before they leave. I mean, you saw you saw the kitchen, and that's how he left it. He left it absolutely spotless, and just tidied up after himself. It's like, in fact, yesterday I got the mop and bucket out so I could mop quickly before they brought the kitchen in, where the plumber had been and doing the electrics and everything. And I said, can I just mop the floor? And I went and got the mop and bucket to mop the floor, and he took the mop off me. And I went, oh, okay. I was quite happy to hand it over, but I don't remember ever having workmen in the house that clean and tidy. I'm impressed with their respect for what they're doing and the respect that they show to the people they're working for. I think it's impressive. So that's good. Don't know what we're going to do. I rode my bike a bit, but because I'm so knackered, so tired, and I did about 2 minutes, but it's 2 minutes more than I normally do, and I need to build up to it, and I need to wait until I'm not as tired, because we've done so much this week to account for having people in the house. So I know that when things settle down, I'll be able to move on it a bit more. I haven't read the instructions. I need to read the instructions. So when I tried it yesterday, the tension was on full. And I managed to pedal it, but I realised after turning, there's a knob at the front. I turned the knob and it turned it down, and so it's not so hard, but I do need to read the instructions. Our leapling baby is has come out of neonatal, is under a UV lamp at the moment because he's jaundice, which is quite normal. He was 6 weeks premature, which is amazing. So he wasn't expected till April. I mean, if you're gonna make an entrance, why not make it on a leap year day? What a clever thing to do. So he was 6 pounds even at 6 weeks premature. Our male babies in our family are big. Phil was a very heavy baby. The baby's father was heavy. So the new baby at 6 pounds with still, I mean, God knows what size he would have been if he'd gone full term. So he's doing fine. He's being fed colostrum. He's under a UV lamp, which is normal. He's breathing alone because his lungs wouldn't have been developed when he was born. And he was breech, apparently. So I'm not really sure whether she went into early labour, and then they had to do a caesarean. I imagine, because you wouldn't think, oh, his breech would do one. So yeah, because he was born at 3 o'clock in the morning, that it wouldn't be elective. So that's all I know. Every so often I ask questions. There's a story of Tom when he was about 3, and his dad was at home and his mum was out, I think, working, and his dad was at home, and it was bedtime, and put Tom to bed, and for about 3/4 of an hour he kept getting up and leaning over the banisters and calling down, "Me wakey wakey now, Daddy, me wakey wakey now." It went on for some time until, I think, he kept pulling his duvet off as well, and Phil kept going up, because Phil's very patient, kept going up and putting the duvet back on. And I think finally he lost his patience and went up, took the duvet off, took it out of his cover, and left it and walked out. And he could hear Tom up there sighing heavily and struggling to get his bed remade. And he didn't hear any more from him then. And I said to him today, I said, I hope that he manages better with the wakey wakey stuff when he's 3. So it's bringing back lots of memories. But I haven't seen a really good photo of him yet, because he had a nasal mask on yesterday because he wasn't breathing for himself, and today he's under a UV light. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in all his glory once he's come out from under the UV light. But it's been very exciting. Yeah, it was so unexpected. So yeah. Anyway, I'm getting all broody now. So there we are, that's what's going on. I'm looking forward to not having anything to do. I was up again at 5, awake again at 5. We've got nothing on for the weekend, but you can bet your sweet life I'll be awake again at 5, which is really bloody irritating. It's quite wet and stormy out there. I haven't looked to see what the weather's doing, but maybe tomorrow I'll have time to do a bit more of my weather course. So I was watching the bloke that I watch on YouTube, who has bought a cabin in Sweden, and completely isolated, in a very isolated spot. The nearest neighbour, I think, is about, I can't remember how far away he said she was. So it's a small community, but the neighbours are not nearby, so that it's quite isolated. But they all grouped together, I think, so that they could have fibre. So he has fibre, and he has fibre that download and upload is 1,000 megabits per second. And mine is 14 megabytes per second. And when he uploads a video, it takes about 45 seconds. Oh God. So tonight, I'm going to start uploading this. It's 10 to 9. You won't get this till tomorrow anyway. But because of the weather conditions, 4G's been really bad. So I'm having to use the internet, which is a lot slower at uploading. 4G is much quicker when 4G's working really well. So I'll just upload this, and eventually you'll get it in the morning. So where will we be? 11 o'clock in the morning. So there'll be people that are up and about having a nice Saturday. There will be people that are having a nice evening before going to bed in the Southern Hemisphere, I think, by the time you get this. So to those in the Southern Hemisphere, that's Sue Barnes, and I'm sure that there's someone else. I'm sorry I haven't remembered your name. I hope you had a nice Saturday and sleep well. Oh, and welcome back, Anita. I've been worrying about you because you've not commented, and I know last time you spoke to me, you talked about how ill you were. So I know that you've emailed me, and I'm going to reply to that. But yeah, so welcome back. It's nice to see you commenting again. And Mad, you're not commenting so much, and I think you're still struggling with the after effects of COVID. I'm not sure. Mark's been tired recently, and we're wondering whether he's got long COVID. He says he's more tired than he expects to be. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm rambling on, which is very odd for me. I'm going to stop now.